Yes, start of the stream to all of the two viewers.
One of them is me.
And the other one's Leon.
uh,
That's fine, that's fine. So,
okay.
topic. We were talking about this just before. The first topic I wanted to talk about was, I mentioned this to you a few weeks ago, is the fact that Confuzzled announced that on the main days, there's going to be gender neutral toilets in the main hotel area.
That's in okay. The thought of that was interesting to me because it's like it's in America that would never fly. Um, just politically, that's not a thing that happened. I mean, there are family bathrooms where
Hmm.
like if you need to change a child's diaper or if you've got a toddler with you that's not exactly comfortable on their own, then that's there for them. And then, of course, they're the ones that are like, you open the door and then lock it behind you. There are those kind of bathrooms.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the way it kind of is in the UK, obviously there's like male and female bathrooms. There's the disabled bathroom. Um, there are some places that are like very few that are like neutral sort of place. But the other thing as well is, again, places are changing this, but there's still some place out there where like the baby like changing room um is only in the female toilets. That is
oh,
changing. There are starting to be like separate toilets specifically for that thing. But there's no like family like one specifically. It's like male, female, disabled, baby changing. That's about it.
yeah, I've always seen like baby changing stations in every bathroom I go, every major one. Like at the movies, you'll see one like at the door.
Mm.
And it's going to be in either one. That's pretty much all over the place, and that's just for better accessibility because it's like there are single dads and that kind of stuff. That's understandable and all.
Oh yeah,
It's actually
it's definitely
so.
like a good change. But no, the fact that because I was thinking about it, it's like it's nice that Confuzzle does it. I thought, oh, that's a nice thing to do. But I thought about it even first. Like, hang on a minute, it's not just like Confuzzle that's doing this, because this is the main area of the hotel. That means the Hilton has signed off on doing this.
Yeah, that was the thing that caught me by surprise. It's like how are they supposed to retrofit the bathrooms in there now to
Well,
be able to do this? It's like it is are all the women's restrooms just universally accessible now? Because I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't exactly pop a squat for the urinals.
no, 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 no. I think again, I'm not gonna know till I get there, but I think it is the female bathrooms again, because the whole urinal situation. The female bathrooms in the main area are going to be the gender neutral ones.
Hmm,
Which again, it's still
interesting.
like a big move even for the Hilton side. Because like I said, the furries don't run the entire hotel. Like we don't have the full whack of it. It's still got to be open to the general public as well because it's right next to a major airport. So people in general are still going to come in. There's like a gym pool area right next to it as well, and there's people coming in and out of there all the time who aren't even staying at the hotel. And if for whatever reason they want to pop to the bar, they might use that toilet. So, no, I think it is like a positive move, but it's very like bold and interesting to say the least.
Um, I don't know. I feel like in order to really have gender neutral bathrooms, there would actually have to be a decent amount of infrastructure to be redone for that, and that's something that not a lot of people will feasibly. That's not something that's economically feasible because you
Hmm.
would have a lot of private businesses that are essentially paying for new plumbing and new remodeling just to be politically correct or politically appropriate. Huge quotation marks there.
Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong. I fully agree with that. But the fact they wouldn't necessarily like, yo, this specific bathroom, anybody can use that sort of thing. It's like that's sort of like what they're pointing out to, or people who are like trans or don't feel comfortable or just have gender identity issues. You can all use this bathroom without feeling uncomfortable.
Oh
The,
yeah, don't
the,
get me wrong. That is an interesting
yeah,
facet.
that's a big thing because let's be honest, think about it, the only real difference between like a male and female bathroom, from at least what I've heard, because I've not been inside a female bathroom, is
It's just
literally
the urinals, yeah.
yeah, it's just the urinals. But I don't know about you. When I go to the bathroom, especially in public, I feel more comfortable going into a cubicle, even if I'm just going for a number one.
Well, yeah, because it's privacy. You won't have someone like potentially reaching in there and grabbing your ass while you're in the middle of taking a piss.
I mean, that's an extreme circumstance, but yeah, it can happen. But it's just
It it has
comfort.
actually happened to me before, and I wound up elbowing the guy in the face.
Oh, I don't blame you. I would have probably turned around and sucked
Yeah.
him and probably finished peeing on him.
I think that actually happened at Anthrocon because somebody had confused me for someone else, and assumed that I was apparently their partner or something like that. And I'm like, no, get away.
Whoops. Case
I'm
of
single, thank you very much. I am not taken, and I am not a stubby bitch.
I'm straight, I swear. But you're a furry. No, I don't care. I'm straight. I'm the straight male furry.
Oh, I never said it was straight. I just said I don't take it up there.
Which more or less in the fandom means just straight. Let's be
Okay,
honest,
well,
it's half the time that is the case.
I mean, I do have a girlfriend, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. And she loves you.
Anyway, the
Yeah,
thing I was talking about, I've got screen share up right now. But so this is like the side shot of your face, right?
bear in mind people can't see this, but yeah.
Well, well, for the longest time, I didn't think that this was a side shot. I think that this is kind of like a 45-degree angle, and I thought that your other eye was right there.
No, it's a fucking side shot.
I know, I didn't get that for the longest time, and I'm like,
Oh.
okay, I get it now, but this fucks with everything right here. The grin just fucks with everything.
Like an anime grin almost.
It is. Like if it were just a smile, it would look a lot better. And I'm not blaming you for this at all because even when you look in there, it looks like it was an afterthought with all the shading and all that good stuff.
Hey, it's a nice picture. I like it. Leave it alone.
I I didn't say it was a bad one. I just said it was fucking with my brain.
Fair enough. And Zahara has just slid into the chat on her face.
Okay, so are we doing yours next? One of yours next or one of mine next?
Oh no, it's gone over to you, but yeah, that topic
Okay.
went way overboard. But no, general battles are confuzzled, really positive. I'm all for it. More cons should do that.
So something that you all are going to notice with me is that I do a lot of oh, you might have to cut a bit of that off in order to get the link. I didn't get the whole thing. Um
All right,
oh wait, I see. I see. One second. I got the whole thing right
dude,
here.
end your screen share as well for crying out loud.
There we go. Okay, fine. But for those of you that have like networking problems at home, I know Zippy has this problem because her
Okay.
modem is like in another room entirely, and it causes her to have some pretty bad lag issues.
Mhm.
This is something that alleviates that, and it's something that I currently use in the household right now. And I'm actually looking into this particular um, item now that it's like they've basically tested the shit out of it, and it's turning out to be really good.
Mhm.
It's essentially an Ethernet power line adapter. Now, how these things work is that you actually plug an Ethernet cable into it, and then you plug this thing into the wall, and
Right.
it turns your power network, your power grid in your house into a an actual internet network or an actual like computer network.
Huh.
So you basically take one of these, plug them in, and then you can plug in a number of other ones in there. But when you start putting in more than two, it starts to get a little slow and they start messing up with each other. But typically, it's just meant for like point to point connection, and it's
Yeah.
much better than trying to use Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I get what you
And so,
mean.
yeah, and so that, God damn it, Sahara.
Don't you fall asleep on us? God damn it.
And so I put that link to the article in there where basically they're testing the best one for gaming in particular. And some of the models in there go up into the gigabit category. And so that's, for most people, that's like 4 times the standard connection of 250 megabits. It's perfect for streaming.
Mm. That does sound pretty good. I'm not gonna
Hmm.
lie. I was worried when you were sort of like mentioning the topic, like, oh no, is he gonna go techno power? I'm just gonna sit here just like there. Did not understand it.
And for those of you that need wireless solutions, there is one of those as well that's like less expensive than buying that and a router.
Mm.
There's essentially a Wi-Fi range extender where you put in one power network adapter or something like that. I think Apple made one of these too. And then on the other hand, it's literally just this tiny little wireless receiver. The downside of it is that with the best Powerline networking adapter, the one that they have, the TrendNet one, wow, mouth,
Words.
the TrendNet branded ones, you can actually plug that into the wall and it has a power pass through on it. So if you needed to plug in like a surge protector or something like that on the other side of it,
Mhm.
instead of it taking up that whole thing, you can actually plug in something else into it. But for the wireless network adapters, no, it doesn't have a pass through on it.
Hmm.
So that and they like go into the whole thing, how they tested it. They actually have their whole graph down at the bottom of the page. So it's one of those things where they actually did a bunch of testing on it, and this is why I love PC Gamer. They always have like the data to back up their results or to back up their claims, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's one of the reasons why I love this publisher.
Yeah. Just like scrolling down, like reading, it's like all the best Powerline network data for gaming. TrendNet Powerline. Like this is a bit further down the page, about third of the way down. Adapter
Hmm.
kit with built-in outlet. I'm just chuckling the fact that they say positive pass-through outlets, positive gigabit ports, positive strong performance in both same and different circuit, negative slightly higher latency in World of Tanks. Of all things, it's specifically latency in World of Tanks. That's what's getting me. It's like,
It doesn't mention it anywhere else in the article. It just says it in that one spot where it's
yeah.
like, I think the only reason why they have that con in there is because a lot of people know that World of Tanks is cancer. And so it's like, oh, there's this one thing
Hey,
bad,
hey,
but
hey!
it doesn't matter.
Me and my friends sometimes hop on World of Tanks, but no, that's definitely cool. That's definitely interesting, especially with people who do like drop out. That's really cool to hear.
Yeah,
Most
and
definitely.
this is something I've been trying to get Zippy to do. And it goes for $60 American, which I think that would equate to about 40 quid.
I can look that up right now. Give me one moment. So if we have $60, we've got £43 at the minute current market.
Something like that. It would probably be 45 pounds.
Yeah, but no, that's certainly cool.
Yeah.
Uh, my next topic.
Next article.
This is a bit more on the funny side. When I first heard this, I was chuckling, and when I started looking it up, I could barely contain myself. So there's gonna be a link going in chat now. So in the UK, we have a chicken shortage, so KFC has had to shut down a bunch of its branches.
How the fuck do you have a chicken shortage?
About half of the fast food chain's 900 outlets in its UK-based division were closed on Tuesday night. We have a chicken shortage that KFC has had to close, and the shortages are going to continue all week.
How the fuck do you have a chicken shortage?
We like chicken, yo.
How do you have a chicken short? How the? Why am I even asking this anymore? It's just like, do we have to export frozen chicken to you now because of the fact that we actually have more farmland and we can probably handle it, quote unquote?
I don't
I mean,
know.
you
Apparently, this
seem
is
to
only
have,
lasting a week. That's all.
excuse my language. That warning right there is very much appropriate. You seem to have a cock problem.
It gets even better.
Oh Jesus.
So I'll post it in a minute. But from the Independent, which is a big like newspaper and news site in the UK, I kid you not. This is the headline. I was gone. for 5 minutes when I read this. Police urge people to stop calling them about KFC chicken shortage.
What?
There's like, it's an actual thing. I'm not even kidding. It's in my Twitter right now.
I can just imagine how this would go down in the States. It's like they go up not to KFC because KFC's garbage over here, but they would go to like Chick-fil-A or something like that, and it's closed, and it's not a Sunday,
Yeah,
and someone will call up 911 and be like, my local Chick-fil-A is out of business and it's not Sunday. It's closed. There's no one here. What is going on? And I probably have the job at this point, and I'd be like, sir, do not call me again unless it's an emergency, and then just hang up again.
yeah. Well, this is something. When they
I'm
say they're
just
calling
like,
the police, bear in mind that we have obviously the emergency number. Like you do, you have like 911. We have 999.
yeah, yeah.
There is, I can't remember what the number is. I think it's 111, which is a non-emergency line. Like if you just need to quickly like report something. There's also one for like the National Health Service as well. It's like if you're not like dying on your bed, but you still want medical advice, sort of thing, rather than going to like a GP. But even so, there's a line for like non-emergency situations.
Hmm.
So what I think's happened here is people are actually calling 999 because I don't
Why?
think that would have popped up if it was just the 111.
That's no.
Honestly, I was already laughing at like the shortage, and then when heard like people were calling the police, I was done. I I was just done. It was the best news. Sahara, oh god, someone just took over gyroscope. Y'all need Jesus.
uh,
Oh, but no,
anyway,
that's my second bit of news I wanted to share with you all. Is that yes, the UK has
yeah.
a KFC chicken shortage, and people are calling police on it.
All right. Well, the next one of mine, which take a guess, it's another tech one. Um,
Uh, I swear, if you stop
and
boggling my head, I'm gonna be annoyed.
this one, and okay, tech stuff. I can usually explain like the general idea of it, and I kind of have to for this one. So, let me preface this with back in like the 70s or the 80s.
Mhm.
Instead of having personal computers, which are like their own isolated systems just by itself, um, there used to be mainframes and terminals, or workstations, whatever you would call them.
Yeah.
You know those huge server rooms that you would sometimes see in pop culture stuff like video games, server rooms, or
Oh yeah, yeah,
in
definitely. I know
in
what you mean.
movies? That would be the entire workhorse for an entire office building. And then all of the different workstations, they would have hardly any hardware in them. They would just interface with that, and then that big server room would do all of the calculations for it.
Yeah,
So,
I know
so
exactly
it,
what you
it
mean.
would be all the horsepower. If you disconnected the terminal from the server, from the network, it wouldn't work anymore. Um, and that's pretty much how it was back then until the personal computer really took off with Windows and with uh, Macintosh computers.
Yeah, and later on, like
Now,
Linux and shit like that.
now a French startup company called Blade has developed a new sort of box, a new system called Shadow.
Okay.
And the idea behind this is very similar to how it used to work back then, but it is explicitly for the purpose of, getting a higher power PC in your home over the internet. And so the caveats of this are that it can handle 1080p at 144 hertz or 4K at 60 hertz. In other words, really high performance.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, you would never have to upgrade the system. That would be all out to be out of the company's pocket. You would never have to repair it or anything like that. There's no maintenance. It's literally just this small little box that streams all of that from their servers to yours. Um, And so they partnered with a bunch of tech giants in order to create remote Windows 10 PCs that you can access at this server farm. And so you can take this little box with you anywhere you want, and then access your computer from wherever you want. And it's super easy to set up. It's very low latency, but here's the catch.
Uh-oh. I don't like catches.
Aside from paying for said box, you
Mm-hmm.
also have to pay $35 to $50 monthly, and you need to have a really good internet connection because it requires 15 megabits per second connection in order to do.
Ow.
Now, it's marketed to people that want to save a lot on tech. Yes, Hudo. Yes, the power of the cloud gaming. That's essentially how it's working.
Also, just
Um,
want to quickly point hello to 8 people in the chat. When did you turn up? But no, grab a seat, grab a drink, grab popcorn, your dinner, whatever. Enjoy the show.
don't feel afraid to let those keyboards clickety clack because that's why we're here.
Yeah.
That's why we do this over the internet live streaming. But anyway, so not only do you need to pay monthly for this, it's a monthly service, and like for most people that's fine, but you also need decent internet in order to make this work. So what I see this as a solution for is a solution for people that need a quick fix after their computer has practically exploded and say they're streaming, excuse me, and
Mm.
like that's a majority of their income is streaming and that kind of stuff. But I also see some problems with like data integrity and somebody getting a virus on their computer, because if you got it on one, then it's going to start spreading to everybody's in that server farm.
Oh Jesus, yeah. That is the big danger of it. So you would have to make sure
Yeah.
you're like beefed up like antivirus or whatever you wanted to like defend your crap. But
Yeah.
the general idea of it is fantastic. Like, and this is probably like the early stages of it. So, no, it'd be interesting to see what more comes of it. Because, okay, look at it this way: is if you've got like a central like computer basically, and then people can like connect to it. Can you imagine the potential for bringing back like LAN parties and stuff like that?
Um, I'm not entirely sure this would bring back LAN parties.
It's a step in that direction, though. I'm not saying this right now will do it, but it's a step that way.
Honestly, in order to really bring back LAN parties is to make networking stuff much cheaper and to be able to start creating smaller and smaller machines. And those are coming out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Zotac has a lot of compact machines with fucking 1080s in them.
Oh
They're
yeah,
ridiculous.
oh yeah. You can
Um,
if you work it out properly. You can still build a pretty decent PC that's really compact. It is possible.
oh, oh yeah, a friend of mine from Colorado that has to fly in for Magfest. Um, one of the guys that works with us over in the LAN room.
Hmm.
He's got this tiny little liquid cooled PC that's about the size of a lunchbox,
Oh my god,
and
it sounds
it's
adorable.
got I think it's got a 1070 in there. It's got 16 gigabytes of RAM, a solid state drive. It's ridiculous. Let's see here. If they're running on VM, they should be relatively easy to kill and refresh.
Hmm.
You'll have to explain what you mean by kill and refresh, Yudo.
Yeah, I'd never heard that term before. But no, even so, it's a cool concept and interesting that they're using older style tech as an influence to build newer style tech. And but that's the sort of thing I like seeing in like society. It's like we look back at the old stuff.
Oh, he's talking about virus cleaning. Basically, wipe it off and clone from a base image.
Ah,
Apparently,
right.
what these guys are talking about is literally they have an isolated system for everybody, but it's all on a network. But I don't know. It might be virtual machines. I'm not entirely sure what all of the logistics of this is, but from what I'm seeing, they're like running them off of Intel Xeon cores, which are basically server equivalents. Um, it's ridiculous. Oh shit, that's one. That's probably one.
Hmm.
That's a drawback. As
What?
well as offering 12 gigabytes of RAM and 250 gigabytes of like 256 gigabytes of storage. That's not much, especially when laptops nowadays have terabyte storage.
Like again, if it's only going to be like a small device, though, that's again, it's a stepping stone.
Well,
If
what
this
we're talking about a small device that links up to a server, and the server has all of the hardware.
yeah, so again, that's really not that bad. I mean, it might get more powerful itself as time goes on, but it should be fine as it is for now. Especially if it takes off a little bit. That's my only concern is people will look at it and not go for it, and then the idea will unfortunately die.
Hmm.
But I'd like to find some use for that. That sounds pretty fucking neat.
It does sound interesting for people that need to relocate, that need to move from place to place, that just had a machine that died and they need a cheap replacement right then, right there. But long term, I'm always going to prefer my personal custom built desktop.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, like I said, this thing's my baby. I got it for my birthday last year.
Mm.
I don't want to lose him. My glowing red water cooled baby.
All right, next topic.
Next topic. This is more of a little like bitch than anything else from my part, and I don't know if it can be called customer service, but I'm gonna go ahead and call it customer service. So this idea sprouted Wednesday evening. Me and my friends were in town. I was just like, oh, well, what should we grab to eat? I don't have very long, so need someone like quick and effective. And I suggested a place called Pizza Storm, which is pretty much a place that obviously makes pizza, but it's like stone baked and really quick, really effective. And for £6, which equates to, let me quickly look at that, just over $8. You can have your own custom made pizza, which is about I think 9 inches with unlimited toppings on it. And if you get a drink
Ah,
on top of that, that's just over $10 or just under £10. So really quick, quality food service, fantastic. And we're all like, yeah, that's like the perfect idea. Let's go there. And we head along. The like doors like still open. There's people sitting down, walking in, and all of a sudden the guy behind the counter's like, "Oh, sorry, we're closed." And all of us just suddenly looked up like, "Wait, what?" Like confused because we've been in there before at that time, which is about 20 past 8. And then we walked out just like, oh, I thought that was meant to be open. And then we looked at the times on the side, and it said open at 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. And this was 20 past 8. And then I looked again, like behind the counter, and there were already like some of the food containers not just taken like out of where they sit, but already emptied and cleaned, which means they probably at least was still started to clean at 8 o'clock. I was a little bit pissed. Every other
mm,
shop, bar, restaurant I've been to, when it says they're open till X time, they're open till that time. You're a bit of a dick if you go like for a big shop at like 10 minutes to the closing time, but they're still open at that time, and yeah, the staff are doing general cleaning, organising, tidying up, but they won't fully close down till after the closing time. No, these guys were doing a full close down, like an hour early. I was fucking livid. I'm still annoyed at it now. It's like you're advertised till 9. You've just lost out on an extra 40 quid in the till at minimum, and some customer loyalty is
yeah,
because
and
three of us had loyalty cards with them.
yeah, that's like the thing is when it comes to business, then you know when in bars where you have like last call and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Well, in most businesses, when it comes to restaurants, the last call is always like a minute before the restaurant closes. And even when the restaurant closes, not everyone is actually kicked out. You have to like wait until a certain amount of time in order to start like rushing people out the door. But, you know, the fryers don't turn off at a McDonald's until that very moment, unless it's a 24/7 store. Then God help your soul in that. I never want to do that in my life.
yeah.
Oh,
Hyoto, it. it was sucky the fact that it's just they were closing down, but in general, it is a really good place. Like I said, it's good pizza, customized how you want it for cheap price, good price, and it is really good, fast serving food. As in, if we actually got served, like, because remember there's five of us, alright, all getting these pizzas, if all we got served, guaranteed all of us would have our pizzas perfectly done within 10 minutes.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
this is the
Well,
one thing that irked me is the fact that they were, they were starting to clean up an hour early. I could understand like closing off some of the seating area and start closing all that down. That's that's understandable. I can understand and respect that. But when you've left literally like the doorway open, there's other customers sitting there. There's no other sign or indication that you're closing early. Yeah, what the fuck?
well, the only other thing that I could really think about that is maybe they ran out of food.
Then put a sign up.
Yeah. Anyway,
But yeah,
I
that's my
I
rant.
am I am debating changing my last topic, but the problem is that it's politics related.
Can we avoid politics, please? not for
I don't know.
not.
Well, it's something that we would unanimously agree on. That's the thing.
All right, fine.
Okay, so originally I wanted to talk about this new meme that's come out with this guy's sister figuring out that he's a furry and all that good stuff. But I just found this on Facebook.
Oh no.
It does have something to do with the Florida shooting that happened last week, and it's harkening back to our president, quote unquote, president's idiotic statement of teachers should have weapons on campus to deter
Oh
people.
no, no, no,
No,
no, no.
no, no, don't want to do it. Okay,
That was a
I won't
no, no,
mention it
no.
then.
I disagree with that.
No. Oh, everyone disagrees with it. It's a stupid statement.
It just.
Um,
Oh my god.
this is like highlighting a problem of why we shouldn't do that.
It's just.
Okay, title of the article: Cops, elementary kids find loaded gun, teacher left in Pennsylvania school bathroom.
Yeah. This got brought up between me and my friend the other day. It's just like, okay, you want to arm your teachers. What if they, leave it at the desk, leave it at the bathroom, leave it somewhere else? And then the flip side, oh well, why don't you just keep it in like a locked cupboard? All right, so if someone's going to start blazing up at school, they've got to run to the cupboard, unlock the cupboard, get the gun, load the gun, safety check it, and then it. What the?
So it goes as such: teacher at a Pennsylvania Christian school, and that would explain a lot, accidentally left her loaded pistol in a bathroom where an elementary school children found it. Uh, I'm not gonna explain the name for reasons, but a 63-year-old woman put her holstered pistol on a toilet tank when she used the unisex one toilet bathroom in the school. They said she forgot about it and then left. And four children from 6 to 8 used the bathroom while the gun was left on it, and then one kid told a parent who then told a teacher. When they informed administrators what happened, she immediately resigned from the school. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was hurt, but it's a huge risk because there are a lot of incidents where a kid finds a gun that's like left out in their parents' house or something like that,
Yeah,
and then accidentally shoots somebody or himself. Um, it's fucking stupid.
it
Like
is. It really is.
like I am all for helping to protect kids in the school place, but you're not gonna do it by leaving dangerous weapons all over the fucking place.
No,
It's irresponsible. It is incredibly dangerous, and it puts stuff in the hands of underdeveloped people essentially that don't know what to do with something as dangerous as
yeah.
that.
I mean, those kids, like, don't hand it to. I'm gonna hand it to those like kids that found it. They saw it and got like GTFO. But there's always a chance a kid would come along, didn't know anything about it, go, "Ooh, what's this?" and then something happens.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then what are you gonna do?
Hey, you've got a new follower.
I do. Is it Hyoto? Is that pronounced?
Hudo.
He.
Hudo is a good friend of mine.
Oh, hero. Well, hero. Thank you very much. I appreciate the follow. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
He's like, "Low Christian school, got him."
But no, school teachers
Uh,
carrying guns. This, ugh, no, just no, just no. I mean,
no,
maybe like depending on the school, like I don't know, like actual like security people, like people who are trained.
well,
That makes more
well,
sense.
well. How it's handled in this county where I grew up is that every school has a resource officer for that area. Someone that's already at the school, usually is in the high school or in the middle school or something like that, and of course they carry on the fly. It is an actual county police officer that's there, and just in case there's like he has an office where he's got a shotgun locked up for like ridiculous situations, like
Yeah.
maybe a bear's in the school or something like that.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at your your friend in the street.
See, this happens because they use the Bible.
Kids don't
Kids
shoot because
shouldn't.
they got on their side. Oh my god.
Oh my, yes, thank
Oh,
you.
thank that. Oh, that brings me such joy to hear about. Oh my god.
uh,
That. Oh, that's brilliant.
What's a little weird is that it's a Christian school in Pennsylvania. You'd think it would be an Amish school.
Oh. Let's not go there. Oh, okay, Sarah. We'll move on. We'll move on.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's our introductory topics, the things we wanted to bitch, whine, talk about specifically that we dug into and looked up. We're gonna move on to something a bit more lighthearted now.
I
So
believe this is the not the onion section.
this is the not the onion section. So
Ah, my
for
favorite.
those wondering what the fuck I'm on about, basically there's something called onion news, which is quite simply bullshit news.
It's
Uh,
it's absolutely fake, but it's something that's like if it happened, that would sadly be believable.
yeah, not an onion is news that looks bullshit, but is true.
And
So
this is where you start losing faith in humanity.
I'll gain it depending on the circumstance. So me, I've not looked at any of these topics yet. Jero has not looked at any of these topics yet. We're going to take it in turn to read the headlines and some of the article to see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and load up the first one.
Okay, are we doing new or are we doing
We're
just the
we're
the
doing
ones
new.
hot off the press?
So
Okay.
I'm not doing the very promoted top one. Let's not do that one.
Pre-order God of War and save 20% instantly with your Amazon Prime membership.
Mine's a little more darker than a bit more upsetting than that. So what we've got here? Kyle Jenner is so over Snapchat and shares Tumble.
And Wall Street tumbles.
Reality TV
Wall
star
Street
Kyle
tumbles.
Jenner wiped $1.3 billion off Snapchat's stock market value after tweeting that she no longer used its Snapchat messaging app.
Jesus Christ.
Celebrity Kim Kardashian's half sister posted, "So, does anyone else not open Snapchat anymore, or is it just me? This is so bad." Snapchat shares sank after Miss Jenner's tweet about Snapchat redesigned to her 24.5 million Twitter follows. 1 million people signed a petition demanding Snap roll back the change. After moving almost 8%, shares in Snap closed 6% down on Wall Street and now back near the $17 price at which shares were listed when the company floated on the stock market in March last year.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna put
It's
there's a link there. Don't put the Reddit link in there. People are gonna see what topics we're talking about.
oh.
Get rid of that. How does I want to delete this. Get away.
You would have to set me to moderator. So you would type in /mod gyroscope and then I'll be able to delete that.
Slash mod. I don't think I can. Can I not? Gyroscope. Oh, there you go. Get rid of that link. Shoot. People are not allowed to see these topics beforehand.
Even then, I'm not entirely sure how to. One second. I think I have to refresh in order to.
Yeah.
Oh shit! If I refresh, they disappear.
Oh, fucking cockhead. How does I get... how does one get
Ah!
rid of this? Okay, ignore the link Joe's go put in there. Just ignore that. Just fucking ignore it. But yeah,
Anyway,
that,
but
that's the
I,
first topic.
I think it's funny because Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, it's even got a
It,
little graph timeline. This is fucking cute and adorable.
I see that. I see that. Sales up 72% and Kylie Jenner's suite wipes 1.3 billion off of the value. It just goes down, down, and down, and
It just
oh my god,
tanked. Oh my god.
that's ridiculous. And it's from Bloomberg, so you know it's true.
Yeah, that's the best part. It's like, you know it's true because it is from this site.
I think it's funny because it's fucking Kylie Jenner. If she said this about Facebook, it wouldn't be anywhere near as bad. But it's Snapchat, where it's just. I'm guessing it's full of fucking pretentious people that just care about their looks. You know, like all of the
All stupid
ridiculously cringy
filters.
kids. You know the ridiculously cringy kids on music.ly that like overdo their looks so fucking much, and all they do is just like they don't even do covers of songs. They just lip sync it.
Jesus,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Anyway, second topic, yours. Let's go.
All right. Let's see here.
I'm seeing what it is
Um,
already. No,
hmm,
no, no. You've got to read the next one down the list. We're
the
doing this.
next one down. Oh, I don't get to pick one.
No, no, no. We're doing it down the list.
Oh, armed deputy who did quote unquote nothing to stop shooter was former employee of the month. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, let's see what this is about. The armed school resource officer who officials say did not enter the school during. No, no, we're
Oh,
skipping this one. We're
okay.
skipping this
Yeah,
one.
I didn't realize it was that. That's this. Not. Nope. Nope.
I
Nope.
had a feeling. I'm doing the next one, which is actually good.
Okay.
The NRA gave Ajit Pai an award today for being quote unquote courageous. Oh, this is gonna be rich
Oh,
shit.
what?
Ajit Pai, or as I like to call him, a shit pie, may be one of the least liked people in America after he ignored the public and killed popular net neutrality rules that last December, which, by the way, the
Really?
FCC is getting sued over.
Yeah.
But while Pai faces massive bipartisan criticism for being a sellout to giant entrenched telecom monopolies, the NRA today gave Pai their golden seal of approval. Journalists attending the Conservative Political Action Conference, or otherwise known as CPAC today, notes that the organization gave Pai the Charlton Heston Courage Under Fire Award for his attack on net neutrality. An added
What?
bonus alongside the award, a gun. More specifically, a musket the NRA said would be permanently housed in its museum to apparently memorialize Pai's courage for killing net neutrality. Dan Schneider, I can't read the rest of this shit. You want to know what's funny? You want to know what's funny?
What?
This guy actually pushed out of oh god, what's it called? It's like an electronics conference. You know what it is. He actually had to back
No.
out of an electronics conference because of death threats. He
I'm not
did not
surprised.
go.
I'm really not
I'm not.
surprised.
Pretty much every tech giant there did want to kill him, so I wouldn't be surprised if it actually happened. But the
Yeah.
point being is like, how on earth do you call that courage
Yeah.
when he literally refuses to look at any blanking out like no one's fucking business. How do you call that courage when he literally has
He
no
runs
courage
away
to
from
actually
adversity.
look at? Yeah, pretty much. He doesn't look at any criticism of his ideas or anything like that. It's fucking stupid.
Oh, that's. Oh my god, just what the fuck?
Oh, now the chat's just straight up broken on my end. It doesn't say anything. Oh, great.
You might have to refresh again.
I did. Yeah, there we go. Now it's back.
Right.
Anyway,
Next. Oh, what the hell's this one? The snowshoe hare is no longer turning white for obvious reasons. Okay. So, the
What?
snowshoe hare, a cute and cuddly creature, lives life on the run, usually surviving for about a year before being hunted by a fox or coyote, among other animals. Even squirrels have a taste for them. The best line of
What?
defense is camouflage. Snowshoe hares turn brown in the summer and white in the winter, and this has worked well until recently. The change of colours is triggered by a change in daylight. Shorter days signify the onset of winter, causing coats to lighten, but climate change is causing snow to fall later. Hares are turning white ahead of the snow and becoming a virtual bullseye for the process. Experts call this mismatching and say it's already shortened the hare's already brief lifespan. They've been observing the phenomenon in nature for a few years now, and they really think that they are camouflaged. Says Alex Kumar, a graduate student at the University of Montana, told NPR in 2003, they act like we can't see them and it's pretty embarrassing for the hare. Uh,
The only
Jesus.
part about this that I'm not believing is that squirrels like to eat rabbits, apparently.
Yeah, that's a bit, what the hell. But that's kind of a, I want to cuddle all the bunnies now.
Find Shia and go cuddle him.
But yeah,
Go to New England. Go to New England. Find him at A&E.
yeah, pretty much. But no, I want to cuddle the bunnies now. I feel terrible for them. That's, oh, bless them. Oh,
Hmm.
yeah. Unfortunately, we don't know if they can adapt as quick as climate change is occurring. Jesus, that
Okay.
might put them on the endangered species list very rapidly. Like, cause let's face it, rabbits do, do the business a lot.
Mhm.
So them being,
Okay.
as unfortunate as not, them being like hunted is probably like population control. But now if they can't even be hidden, yeah, that's gonna endanger them.
Maybe that specific species, but not everywhere, because
Yeah.
Well, even then, some of them will adapt, and then yada yada. But point is, climate change.
Let's
Okay,
not go into that.
I'm switching to the hot topics one because the rest of them kind of seem crap and are repeats.
Are they?
Let's see here. Yeah. Oh. Okay, that one I can believe.
Oh no, there's one here I'm talking about as my last
Oh.
one.
This is a good one.
Okay, what's the link? What's the topic?
Pet pig adopted from BC SPCA killed and eaten by new owners.
Oh no! No! Oh my god!
Outrage is spreading across Vancouver Island and online after a pig that was adopted from the BC SPCA, I'm guessing that's British Columbia, was killed and eaten by the people who adopted her. Molly, a 3-year-old Vietnamese potbelly pig, came to the SPCA's Chawachan district and district branch as a part of the cruelty investigation. She was taken care of and nursed back to health by the staff and was finally adopted by a couple in Duncan on January 19th. Then it was discovered on February 16th Molly had been killed in Eden. Brandy
No!
McKee, who lives Brandy McKee, who lives on Vancouver Island, also owns a pet pig, discovered what happened to Molly through friends and word spreading online. She says the owners realized they did not know how to properly take care of Molly, and that's when they made the decision to slaughter her for food. She says she is outraged that Molly's owners aren't facing any charges. Had this been a cat or a dog, there probably would have been charges. However, the BC SPCA says that is not necessarily the case. Because animals are considered property under the law, once an adoption agreement is made, that person is the full legal owner of that animal. Whether it's a dog or a cat or a pig or whatever, the minute the adoption is signed, we lose all legal rights to that animal. The new person has all legal rights to that animal. The reality is, it's not illegal to kill your own animal in Canada. Someone can take a gun and shoot their dog in the head, and as long as that dog dies instantly, unfortunately, there's no law against that. And
That
that makes sense. If your dog gets rabies, yeah, put it down.
there's more humane ways. Jesus Christ!
Still,
But
it's just like
adopting the pig and then it's like, yo, fuck you, pig. I want some bacon. Like, okay, that might sound hypocritical because yes, I'm a meat eater, but if I'm adopting an animal, like, I couldn't do that if I'm adopting it for a reason. God damn.
Yeah, that's a little fucked.
Oh, for God. I need to. Arding, I'm gonna slap you. I've just read his comment. Ha, get it, climate change is a hot topic.
They adopted it for cheaper bacon.
Oh, poor Sahara can't lift the sledgehammer. But it's fluffing up. Even so, that's still. Jesus Christ. Have you got the link for that? Because obviously, I'm also like
I do, I do.
I'm also recording this, so when I upload it, I can throw all the links up.
There it is. There, it's in the Twitch chat
Yeah,
now.
I got it. Oh, god damn, that's just.
That's just fucked up.
Yeah, it is. It's like if you're gonna adopt the animal, don't fucking kill it. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I got a good one for you.
Oh, no! I've already found
No.
one. I'm chuckling
You already
at.
found one?
I,
All right, go for it.
It's still on the new. I don't know. I just saw the title and like, oh yeah, I'm all about that. Oh shit, where's it gone? Oh no, where's it gone? Where's it gone?
Did you lose it?
No wait, I found it. Oh, so drug suspect on toilet strike for 37 days could die.
I saw that one. It's like, no shit. He's on the toilet for 37
No,
days.
toilet strike, as in I don't think he's going to the toilet.
Wait, what?
A suspected drug dealer who's refused to use the toilet for 37 days is at a risk of death, a court heard. Lamar Chambers, 24, of Villa Road in Brixton, is believed to have swallowed drugs during a police chase in Harrow, Essex on the 17th of January. Chelmsford Magistrates Court heard that he rejected laxatives and an X-ray, but was eating and drinking. In defence, Andrew Horsall and Miss Chambers had not had privacy for 37 days. The court heard Mr. Chambers was being kept in a normal prison cell with 2 police officers with him at all times. Mr. Horsall added, there's the potential of something going seriously wrong. We're in an arena of risk of death. He added that getting the suspect drugs Mr. Chambers allegedly has inside him was the cherry on the cake and was not necessarily crucial evidence. So this dude swallowed his drugs. He's refusing to go to the toilet because he doesn't want to shit them out as evidence.
Okay. I've had constipation at one point. And it was actually in the last couple of months. You know about this, Kiv. Like, I stayed home for
Oh,
a good
yeah.
2 dealing with it because I literally could not do anything. Otherwise, my hips would cramp up.
Yeah.
Knowing how painful that is, how the fuck is this person going on with anything?
Oh, he's determined. He's fucking going for it.
It's just like, do you feel just so bloated up that you can't fucking move anything? He must not be able to move his hips. They're probably made of, his intestines are probably made of concrete right now. Good lord.
Just trying to figure out what our brain cells want to do. He's probably trying to figure out where his fucking asshole is. It's probably sealed up. Oh my god. I literally was about to click on Hot Topics. I scrolled down, I saw the title, I was like, nah, that's mine, mate. I'm fucking taking this. Give it here.
Well,
Oh.
I found a new one.
Oh no, I found another
good
one that I'm gonna click the. No, you go first. I might have to do this one as a bonus.
Is it Indian state offers
No.
free breast implants to the poor?
No, go for that one though. I briefly saw that one before.
This one's ridiculous. So, Tamil Nadu officials say service provided to stop people taking loans that they cannot afford and opting for other methods. In other words, that's the part that doesn't make any fucking sense. A South Indian state has become possibly the first in the world to offer publicly funded breast implants. Its health minister arguing, why should beauty treatment not be available to the poor? It's a fucking luxury, you dumb shit.
Yeah, it pretty much is. It's like,
The Tamil Nadu State Health Department on Wednesday launched a free service at a clinic in the capital, Chennai. If we don't offer the procedure for free, they may opt for dangerous methods or take huge loans for it. If they do that, let them fucking die.
yeah, pretty much.
Because if it's that goddamn important to them, they need to get their priorities straightened out.
Yeah, take a good
Oh
eye
my
into
God.
that and iron that shit out, like, right now.
I like Sahara's statement. These women want to be fake.
Well, yeah. It's a fake tit.
The clinic had already been providing breast reconstruction surgery for cancer patients. That's fine. But was now extending the service for people who wish to alter the size of their breasts for other health or cosmetic reasons. What other health reasons could there be?
I don't think there's any health reasons around that.
It's like, I want boobies because it's necessary for my mental health.
Like,
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, what? Yep, here it is. The head of plastic surgery at the clinic, Dr. V. Ramadevi,
is a perv.
said some of her. Pardon?
Is a perv.
Well, it's a she.
Oh.
Said some of her patients saw breast reduction, interesting, to alleviate shoulder and back pain, while others sought to augment or shrink their breast for a boost in shrink their breast for a boost in confidence. Excuse me. I've never heard that one before.
Yeah. That's interesting. Okay.
There is a psychological benefit. Many girls who have larger breasts don't like to go. Oh, okay, all right. I'm starting to understand this now. It's not to get bigger breasts. Yep, Sahara's getting it right there. It's not to get bigger breasts. It's to get smaller ones,
breasts.
and it makes sense because with Sahara in particular, who's like in the double D range, she like has back problems because of it.
Damn.
So, and I'm sitting here going like, they're absolutely fine to me, and she's sitting there going like, they put me in pain. So I can actually understand this now that I'm reading into it, but still, it's ridiculous.
Well, to be fair, now we know it's reduction, not like, increase. It kind of makes more sense, if people are actually in like severe pain and can't work because of it, because their bodies are naturally fucking them over, then yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to get treatment for it.
Well, then why do you need implants?
I don't know. Implants, no. Reduction, yes.
Like, is there a problem with not having boobs at all?
No.
Yeah, Sahara says, I have back issues, and because of it, my spine isn't straight like the average person. Yeah. Of course, that might also have to do with lack of exercise. Just say.
I'm just gonna duck out of the way for the incoming sledgehammer. Meanwhile, the bonus topic, because I'm sorry, I couldn't help but see this and click on it. I had to. So the final and bonus topic: Disney's Frozen musical opens on Broadway. More nudity than expected.
I was seeing that one. I also saw the one right underneath that. Woman assumes Olympics fan is carrying a Confederate flag. It was Norwegian. But go ahead and go with the Disney one, because all you need is the title for that one to know it's ridiculous.
So, after a trial endeavour, the state's adaptation of the animated smash hits New York with passionate fan base is already out in force and in costume. The cold never bothered them anyway. On a chilly Thursday evening, 200 people jammed at the side streets outside St. James Theatre in New York, where the musical Frozen, the latest venture from Disney Theatrical Productions, has staged its first Broadway preview. It remains the highest grossing animated movie of all time, making this much money, blah blah blah, very loosely based on Hans Christian Andersen's story The Snow Queen, blah 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 blah. It's going through. Hello, I have just been followed. 1 second. Do I have to read this name out? Thank you, I love Dill
No. It's Armin. I know it's Armin.
It's probably Armin. Even so, I love Dill Dough. I'm not giving you the satisfaction of saying it fast, you asshole.
Is that dough that's made with dillweed in it?
Anyway, continuing with the story. So, ignoring all the jargon of how popular it is, we get it. Fuck off. As the wind lashed 44th Street, attendees stood comparing merchandise, fluffy snowmen, fur trimmed sweatshirts, and some of the last of the pricey cerulean cocktails like the Heart of Arundel. Not too many adult women had come in costume, but several had assembled blue and white outfits. One man proudly displayed his blue socks. Many tiny Elsas stood near the stage door, hoping for autographs, and a few Annas too, even though it was hours past bedtime. It was really good, there were new songs, but they rely on it. Oh god, there's still more crap, shut up. It's just going into all the shit about the show. I don't give a shit about the show. I don't care about why the fuck is apparent nudity in this. Oh my god.
Here we go. Away from the stage door, other groups
There we go,
clustered. Adam Kaufman, 43, who had come with his fiancée and some friends, described the show as amazing, totally magical. His friends who had brought sweatshirts, a few of them were surprised by a number that was a little risque.
There's more nudity than expected from Disney, said Jen Mante, 36. But everyone agreed that the reindeer swim was I'm not seeing what's. Are they just talking about just the outfits in general? Like, I was expecting, like a mishap sort of thing. Like, you know, they were just dancing away and all of a sudden there's a boob pops out or something. But are they just commenting on just, like, the general outfit? Yeah, I think they are. Oh, I'm let down now.
What is going on? There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at the picture, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing showing.
There really isn't. Oh wait, no, she's got some cleavage.
And even then, that's still covered. You can clearly see.
No, it's not good for the children. It's what somebody think of the children. That's basically what I'm seeing there. So, apparently, a bit of cleavage behind some clothing is a bit too much, apparently.
I'm sorry, that's fucking disappointing.
I was like I said, I was expecting a story like they were dancing away and like a tip popped out or something like that.
Oh, look over there on the right. Apparently Hans is black in this one.
Alright, interesting choice.
Interesting for a what area is this from?
Oh, this is from like fucking Norway or some shit like that. I can't remember. I do apologize if I've gotten that wrong. But no,
still, it's European. Like, here's the thing: good on you for like having a black actor that can actually do it. That is totally fine. But people keep on complaining about whitewashing. This is backwards. This is basically that, but the other way around. It's just stop complaining about it if it's a good actor.
Yeah. But okay, let's put it this way. It's like it reminds me of the post I see, and every time I see it, I fucking talk like it's like people like kicking off. It's like, oh, Disney's whitewashing everything, and then someone just lays the fuck into this person, literally going like, oh, fucking Pocahontas, she's from this area, that's what they look like. Fucking Elsa and Anna, they're from this area, that's what they look like. Fucking Brave, motherfucking Brave, she's from Scotland, you can't get fucking whiter than that. I was just like, he's right. He's actually right. It's like,
I mean, it's by location.
Yeah,
it's not like it's, you know.
It's like, okay, if they like did like a human version, like let's say just like the Lion King, a human version of that, and it was just an all white cast.
They are. They're doing it with a They're doing it with an African cast though. Yeah, wait, no. Hold on a second. Is it a live action version or is it a
live action is in CGI like stuff, like it looks like real lions.
You know, it's like, wait, you mean Asians live in China?
But no, as I said, if they did like a human version of like the Lion King and it was all white, I'd call bullshit on that and wouldn't watch it.
People need to stop being mean to Disney. I'm obsessed with Disney movies. Oh, this is something that I know we can have a chat about. It's not from The Onion. This is like a topic that's mutually a thing. You know they're making a new live-action Lion King, right?
I knew about that like middle of last year. Yes.
Just making sure. And they've got people like Donnie Glover. They're bringing back James Earl Jones for this one, which is
Fuck
wait, no,
yes.
wait.
Don't.
Nope, never mind.
What?
Ernie Sabella. James Earl Jones is really fucking old, so I'm not.
Dude,
Wait.
you cannot have anybody else be Mufasa.
1994. Yeah. What? I'm looking this up. This is. Huh.
What the hell are you looking up? Talk to me, my friend.
Scar Rowan Atkins. What the shit?
What are you looking at?
The description that they have on the Google page, release date June 24th, 1994. This is the original.
Yes.
The young lions played by Zoe Leader, heir of his father Mufasa, played by Ernie Sabella, Simba's wicked uncle Scar, played by Rowan Atkinson. Does something seem wrong here?
Hang on. What?
Mufasa was played by James Earl Jones, and Scar was played by Jeremy Irons.
Wait. No, where is
Just
it?
look up the Lion King on Google. Just look up the Lion King on Google.
I just have. Hang on. What the?
Look at the description on the side. Read those names. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Someone done goofed.
Yeah.
Someone actually done goofed. Oh my god.
I'm seeing it right now. James Earl Jones, Jeremy Irons, Matthew Broderick. Wait.
Look at
Rowan
this.
Atkinson. Oh, I'm getting it. Rowan Atkinson was in the film, but I think he played Zazu.
He was Zazu, yeah.
Oh, that makes
all
so
these
much
names
more
are
sense.
right, but not necessarily in the right order.
Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
I'm not curious. Does IMDb have the right?
Simba returns as an adult. Jeremy Irons.
Wow. Fucking rip.
Oh, that's great.
He's gone.
I hate Matthew Broderick, by the way.
We really?
Yeah, I don't like him.
Okay,
Like
this is interesting.
His voice sounds so fucking basic.
Okay, I've literally gone onto IMDb and all the names are correct.
Okay, so all right, now I'm on the actual IMDb page for the new one. That's going to be released in 2019. A CGI and live-action reimagining of the 1994 Disney classic. So, I feel like this is going to be a blending of CGI with like animals and then live action
with animals
for actors that are playing like the Broadway show. I think it's like it's being directed by Jon Favreau, so I think his idea is like having a combination of the traditional show and the animated version.
I think it's just going to be all like the CGI, like actually use lines and CGI it. I'm sorry, if it's going to include humans, I'm sorry, I won't watch it. I will walk out of the cinema. I will legit get out my seat and walk out.
So the big name actors in it are going to be Donald Glover, Seth Rogen, James Earl Jones.
Wait, who's Seth Rogen playing again?
Seth Rogen's playing Pumbaa. Which makes sense. Keegan-Michael Key. A lot of these names I don't recognize in terms of the cast.
I don't recognize a lot of the names either, which is interesting. I'd love to see how they go with it.
That's why I said I think they're bringing in some parts from the original stage play. Because this was a stage play before it was an animated. Actually, technically, it wasn't even a stage play. It was a tradition, like a tale or something like that, passed down from generation to generation. Because that's how it was like. They've also got Alfre Woodard, who, if you don't know who she is, she played Lily in Star Trek: First Contact. She is a really good black actress, and she's been around for a long time. They've also got Billy Eichner as Timon. They've got Beyonce playing Nala.
Please don't fuck it up. Hashtag first fairy crush.
I mean, Beyonce is a good actress, but I don't know. I would have rather seen Zoe Saldana. And Sahara's like, no.
Wait, no to what
And
exactly? The fact that Beyonce's playing
no
Nala,
to Beyonce. I'm pretty sure it's no to Beyonce.
or is it no to
Um,
Nala being my first furry crush?
Here is a good pick, though, in my opinion. John Oliver as Zazu,
Wait, what? Where?
towards the bottom.
Uh,
Like if you look in the it's John Oliver. Do you know
mm,
who John Oliver is, right?
name rings a bell, can't place at the minute.
He does Last Week Tonight. He was the British correspondent on the Daily Show on Comedy Central. He's a comedian.
Ah, right.
He's basically a younger version of Rowan Atkinson, so it's almost perfect.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Still, Donald Glover as Simba. That's a good pick. And of course, and like I said before, and I'm just confirming this, they got James Earl Jones as Mufasa again.
No
Now,
one else
as
can
for
play
who's
Mufasa.
playing Scar, it is Chiwetel Ejiofor,
Who?
English actor renowned for his portrayal of Solomon Northup in 12 Years a Slave, and he received an Academy Award and a Golden Globe Award.
Ah, right.
Basically, oh wow, he was in 2012 as well as Serenity, but not the science fiction Serenity.
Oh. That movie is actually sitting on my bedside table right now, right underneath my Lion King film.
Here, let me link this to you.
Sahara's just done with everything.
Well, here's the part that's honestly getting my blood boiling. And it's not about the movie.
Okay.
It's about the reaction from some. So they're bringing back a lot of the original compositions that Elton John helped out with for the film, like for instance, "Circle of Life,"
Yeah.
or "Hakuna Matata." So now apparently they're cutting Scar's "Be Prepared" music thing for the new live action remake.
I've heard of this. Yeah.
And apparently he's not getting a piece of music at all, which for the actor, he would not be able to reproduce Jeremy Irons' parts in that song, and I completely respect that. However, people are freaking the fuck out because the villain doesn't have a song, and I'm sitting here going like, why on earth do you give a shit? Like,
It's because
popular.
the reason is it's because it's freaking Disney. There's always a good song. There's always a bad song. There's always a love song. That sort of thing. But from what I've heard as well, is this is going to be on the more like darker side of things. Like they're going a bit more dark with it. So
I feel
putting
like
in a load of songs is not gonna work. But apparently, like "Can't Wait to Be King" is gonna still be in there. So I don't know.
here's the thing. I feel like it's really just going for a more traditional version of it. That's what I'm seeing from the cast choices. Alone, I can tell it's just going for a more traditional approach to the story, and that's why, from what I'm seeing on here, it would make CGI and a blend of live action acting. That would make sense
Okay,
for that.
sorry, I've just noticed what Alton's posted, and I'm sorry if that's true. I'm pissed about that.
What? They're cutting that out of it?
That's
That actually does piss me off because that was like the most integral song in there. That was, oh my god! It wasn't a when you look at the animated version of Mulan, and you see that particular number, it's something that can be very easily translated onto a screen because it's not just a musical number, it's a training montage, and that's something that you can easily fit in there.
Yeah.
It's just lip syncing. That's it.
but it's also
They're not even,
it's also the fact of just like the words in general, and obviously the message that Mulan brings across is "I'll make a man out of you." Is obviously it's like, oh, women can't be in the army, women can't do this, women can't do that, so I'll make a man out of you. Is trying to like
Oh,
shove that like aside, but and everybody knows that song, yet I keep forgetting. Oh, there's two like before that, the one where she's getting like dressed up to go to the matchmaker, and then the one I don't always forget this one as much, but reflection, which is when she's not mourning at the shrine, but singing at the shrine. I forget those two entirely. I never, ever, ever forget making man out of you, ever.
Okay, so yeah, that one I can get pissed off at.
Yeah.
The whole be prepared thing is like, I don't understand where people are getting so frustrated about this, because there are two things about it that it makes sense to me for cutting it. Is one, you are never going to be able to reproduce the same, I want to say, charm
Yeah.
that Jeremy Irons had.
There's
Even though
another
I
word.
know,
Sorry, there's another
even
word
though
I
I
could
know he
use.
didn't sing the whole thing. I know he didn't sing the whole thing because his voice gave out halfway into it.
There's another word I'd use as well. Okay, fair enough. This is more down to probably the animation as well, but the sass.
That's true.
There was such levels of sass in there.
The second part is where the hyenas are marching, and that's a direct correlation to Nazi Germany. In this current political climate, I can see why they would cut that.
That's true, though people are going to do something different. But this is leading back to what I just said before. If they're going for more darker tones of this, like more dark, then that means the epicenter of that dark tonage is going to be Scar. And if that's the case, he's not going to be prancing around and dancing with his hyenas and singing.
Very true. So basically what brought this to a boiling point for me is when I was going around on Twitter, one of the prominent furry personas that's around, that's on YouTube, she passed 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. She's one of the first to do it in our community.
Nice.
In our fandom, is Vixen Duke, and it's weird how her name is spelled. And she went on an entire tirade about this shit, and from I can kind of understand it, because it's like, for a lot of us, it's, it's childhood.
Yeah.
But the thing is, one, it's not like they are retconning it. It's not like those films are going to be inferior. It's not like they're going to be forgotten or anything like that.
Yeah.
Those films are still going to be re-released. They're still going to be out there. They're still going to be memorable. And for a lot of people in the animation community, they're still going to be a huge inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, next year is the 25th anniversary. Like, there's going to be shit all around for that. This movie is just sort of like another mark of it.
It's another director's envision of how they want to do the original
story.
Story. And they want to take some elements from this, they want to take some elements from that. They're putting together their vision of this. And the thing is, sure, not everyone's going to agree with it. But don't be upset at Disney for letting another director take their whack at it, because something that they've been able to do a lot is they've been able to let directors be incredibly creative, or have their own agency over a particular franchise. And Jon Favreau is one of my favorite directors. He directed the first two Iron Man movies. He actually put himself into films and played Tony Stark's bodyguard.
Yeah.
So he's a great guy. He's a fantastic guy. I feel like there has to be some sort of reason to cut this out of there, and I'm not too pissed off at it.
Also, I think we need to grab our other halves and put them in a cool box.
Is Arding Wolf yours?
Yeah.
Oh. Hi.
But no, what you're saying about, like, people taking different directions, I still know people who are pissed that the song and scene Shadowlands from the stage show, in fact the whole scene from Scar trying to seduce Nala, and then the song Shadowlands of her running away, I was still pissed that didn't make it into the animated movie. And I was like, okay, while a very interesting scene and a bit more understanding of why Nala ran away.
Back of my head hurts. Oh God.
What's wrong with your head? What the fuck?
I'm just thinking, Scar seducing Nala.
Yeah. Yeah, the original script for the stage show, and I know this because I've seen it twice in the live scene in London, there is an actual scene of Scar wanting to find a mate so we can have an heir, and obviously in the in the movies it ends up like being Zira, but no, the original choice was going to be Nala. But obviously she rejected him, smacked him around, and then fled to try and
That's a little
find help.
fucked up.
Well, that's what it is.
I mean, that's basically pedophilia. In the original story, it's like that makes sense, but I understand why they don't put that in the animated
Yeah,
film. That's
well,
for kids.
Bear in mind at this particular point, Nala is a fully grown adult.
That's still messed up.
Well, I get where you're coming from, but yeah, there is an animated deleted scene which, yeah, it's crazy. But there are people bitching that that's not in the animated movie. But it's like, well, it doesn't add or subtract from the movie. So quit your fucking bitching. The song Shadowlands, I can understand a bit more. It would have been lovely to hear Nala sing that, like movie-wise. But end of the day, it's fine. The movie is still great, and if someone like I keep forgetting the fucking director's name, if he wants to take a crack at it and take a darker tone with it, do it. Just don't fuck it up. Joe, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. That's all.
Oh yeah, this actual full animation.
Nala.
I forgot that was
Yeah.
here. I'm not gonna watch that.
Like the first 10 seconds in there, I'm sitting there going like, I mean, I knew he was a motherfucker, but
Damn. But no, New Lion King remake. I'm looking forward to it. If it hasn't been released, you can bet your damn ass I'm going to that. I just hope it doesn't fuck up.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be decent.
Yeah, so
Like,
I've got hopes of it, especially
yeah.
if they've got such a strong cast and crew. Jerry, you're gonna be a motherfucker someday.
That's my Jesus Christ. And right when she says that, the view count drops from 11 to 7.
Oh no, Sahara, why you do this to me?
Oh boy.
Maybe it was just four
Okay.
people just clicking on and they're going, "Ooh, who's this? Oh god, they're fairies."
Okay, so what are we gonna do next?
We were talk. Remember we mentioned about like talking about like movies and games and our thoughts and opinions on it, and we actually unintentionally
yeah.
led right into that for a good half an hour.
Well, what do you know? Okay, well, I started the first one. You go ahead and go on with the next.
Oh, I had so many options to talk about, but no, the one that stuck in my head because I am still obsessed with the music from it. You've heard me ranting about this and drawing parallels from it already, but The Greatest Showman. Oh my God, The Greatest Showman.
I have never seen this. I know Sahara has. There is so much advertising for it from Amazon, which makes me think that
Jero,
Amazon produced the film.
Please go see it. Oh my God. Like,
Knowing since I have a Prime account, I'm probably going to be able to see it for free. But the thing is, like, there was so much advertising for this at around November, I think, which was when Prime season starts. Where it basically, all the facilities go into overdrive, and the hour caps completely gotten rid of. So basically, there are these smaller boxes that normally you would put books in there and
yeah.
all that good stuff. And they started replacing all of these with advertising for The Greatest Showman. And so
It put you off.
I'm like, oh, that's interesting. It's Hugh Jackman. This is going to be interesting to actually see him try to break out of the Wolverine thing.
And he does.
So, yeah.
No.
And it was the first time I really saw. It was the first time I really saw advertising on Amazon packaging.
Yeah.
And then I saw NFL stuff, and I'm like, oh, fucking great.
But no, seriously, it is a tremendous movie. I already had hopes of it because I do like my musicals.
Ooh.
Don't get me wrong, but as I've said to
Shit!
people,
They're still showing it.
yeah,
They're showing it into March.
yeah.
Well then, okay.
But no, I said I already like my musicals, but usually when I go like listen to them, watch them, whatever, there's a couple of songs I'm just like, they're alright, but I'll probably never listen to them again. the soundtrack to this movie, oh my days, it is just like mind blowing. And while there are, I would say, darker songs are not the right word. Um, like more like low beats, like slower, like songs. None of them are very like upsetting, if that makes sense. They're all like uplifting in some way, whether it be the beat, the pace, the wording, the music, just the power that's put into it. I mean, I think the most slowest song is, oh, what's it bloody called? Never Be Enough is probably the worst it gets, but that song is amazingly powerful. Like, it's just Jesus Christ. But the rest are so upbeat and fun. It's I can't put it into words, and Hugh Jackman nails it. Like, he really does. That was the first time I saw him outside of like the Wolverine role, and he just suits his down to a T. And being a bisexual guy, I'm gonna straight up say it, he looks fucking fine. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, but I mean, he was a stage actor for the longest time before he picked up the Wolverine role. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you know, it's just nice seeing him go back to those like sort of roots. And yeah, Arling's right. The attire for the characters and songs were good, especially the starting song, "The Greatest Show," which is also the ending song. But oh, it was brilliant. Please go see it, Gerald, before it goes out of cinemas. But as soon as that fucker comes out on a Blu-ray, I'm picking it up. No questions asked. It's getting bought. Hello, Gamesters. Welcome to the stream. But no, that's my first pick I wanted to go on about. Greatest Showman, absolutely fantastic. Probably going to see it again before it goes out to cinemas.
Yeah, I think I'll see if I can scrounge up some cash and give it a watch. Oh, are you really getting that boring for you, Sahara? Shame.
No. Please don't leave us. We love you.
Oh, let's see here. What else? In terms of gaming, I've been getting into Rainbow Six Siege recently.
Oh, really? I hadn't fucking noticed. Really? I just like,
Yeah.
oh, Gyroscope streaming. Oh, what are we saying? Oh, Rainbow Six Siege again. Fucking getting his
Gamesters
ass shot up.
Gamesters is Leo, by the way.
Oh, hi, Leo.
Yeah. Anyway, but Rainbow Six Siege is at this point, in terms of my general opinion of it, it's basically if CS:GO and Overwatch had a baby. Now I understand that Siege came out before Overwatch, I think, but still,
Yeah,
that's
it
just
did.
a general thing that I get from it. It's that it's basically it's all the tactics and the general situations of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, but there's somewhat smaller maps, or but kind of feel big, I guess. I don't know. It all depends on the aspect ratio, and the the actual way you go about it, the actual tactics involved in it is different
Mm.
because on the defending side, there's always going to be defending and there's always going to be attacking. On the defending side, you can like board up windows, you can reinforce walls, you can set up trip mines, welcome mats, which are basically like bear traps in the floor. It's ridiculous. You can actually have razor wire in there, which is similar to barbed wire or something like that,
Yeah.
which basically just slows people down. And you can even electrify all that. There are
Jesus.
also drones and explosives. There's an ambulance passing by. you can like, There's actually this one character that has these things that she can like these projectiles that she fires into a wall, and then they start drilling into it and it explodes remotely.
Mm.
There's actually this one sniper named Glaz who actually has a sight that flips up that's a thermal scope.
Nice.
So it's basically CS:GO, but with a bunch of gadgets and a completely different tactical landscape. It's yeah.
Oh, Sahara, don't leave us. We'll pin you down. I will tie your paws to a sledgehammer so you can't leave.
Oh my. So basically, here's the breakdown of how a match goes. So you start off on one of two sides, either attacking or defending.
Mm-hmm.
When you are starting the match initially, you have 30 seconds if you're defending to board up and set up all your defenses, all of your traps, all of that good stuff. And if you're attacking, you're sending your drones out to figure out where the objective is, who the defenders are, so that you can play around their particular skill sets
Mm-hmm.
or weapons and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then after that 30-second preparation phase, it goes straight into the attack phase, where you can still use the drones that you deployed, and you have one extra just in case yours has been shot out. But you can also just straight up move in, attack. You can go in blind if you want, or you can or you can straight up wait and then get information and then attack.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Now, on the defender's side, at that point, they're already prepared. They're watching their corners. They're waiting for whatever happens. And so the interesting part is that they also have cameras on throughout the facility. Now, granted, the attackers can't shoot out those cameras so that they can't spot each other or anything like that, or can't put down marks or who's where.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just starts getting into chaos. So this is so this is the point where people start looking for walls to blow open, start trying to toss in EMP grenades to bring down defenses.
Oh, Neof runs into a suicide bomber.
Yeah, that's actually the co-op one. That's Terrorist Hunt. For Terrorist Hunt mode, it's literally just go in, take out a bunch of AI targets. There are standard targets with like machine guns or shotguns, and then there's a terrorist bomber which wears literally a hazmat suit that has C4 strapped to it, and it just runs straight at you when he sees you. He opens fire, but the whole big point of it is that as soon as he gets close enough, he explodes. And Neolf has a bad habit of running into them and not being able to do enough damage to kill him.
Oh, bless him.
Because suicide bombers are much more armored than normal troops.
Which kind of makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah.
But no.
Anyway, but in general, the game was a lot of fun, and I feel like sometimes, well, it's frustrating because it's like, how the fuck did that person see me with like a pixel's breadth between a door frame?
Yeah.
At the same time, you start understanding it because it's like CS:GO, where you literally just have to sit there and wait for them to see you. And then there's also people that actually have devices where they can. There's this one character called Pulse, which can actually detect people's heartbeats, and you can actually see them walking around.
Mm.
So, but it's just a dot, but you can still see where they are.
Yeah, it's an idea. It's there to help you out.
Yeah. It's got a limited range though, so there's that. But then there are like the bullshit moments where I just get shot right through a barricade. And some of that I can attribute to them actually hearing me through like the environment, because the whole thing about it is that you can hear footsteps clearly in this, and you can hear where they're coming from. You can hear stuff through the floor above or below you, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sound is an integral part of the game, and I appreciate that because it's another way of how CSGO works, where if you're not walking, then you're running. But you cannot make a single movement without making a sound in this game.
Which makes sense in a way, it really does.
Because there are very few moments. There actually is one particular overpowered as fuck defender who not only has a silent step skill, but if she disables somebody, like for instance, if you get shot up enough to the point where you're on the ground bleeding out but you're not dead, she can actually come up to you and interrogate you and get the locations of all the other attackers.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Exact locations, and it tracks them.
Again, that's pretty stupid.
Yeah, she's probably the most broken operator in the game, but you don't really see her out that often.
If you did see her though, kill her.
Yeah. But they are planning a bunch of fixes to the game, as well as adding more operators to it and all that good stuff. However, if you're planning on buying the game, get the $15 version, because they're doing something different with how you unlock stuff. So here's how it was initially laid out. There are different versions of the game you can buy. There's
Mm-hmm.
the $15 version, which is the base version. You have access to everything, and you don't have to pay more than what you already have in order to get all the content in the game. It just takes longer.
Mm-hmm.
And this is done both by increasing the price of new operators to unlock,
Right.
as well as cosmetics. You get cosmetics through loot boxes rather than paying for it up front,
Yeah.
or paying for it with tickets, or at the very least with tickets it takes longer. However, when it comes to the $40 version, all of that stuff is cheaper, and some of it you get at the beginning of the game. Like, you have a choice of so and so operators to start out with.
Right.
The
So
$60 version comes with more.
right.
So
So it's basically it's choose like what you want to do with the game. If you haven't got a lot of money, you get the basic version, and you just slower to get everything else.
yeah.
But if you've got the money to burn to unlock a lot of the stuff straight away, you've got that option.
Yeah, but there is a change that they're having to it. Did you watch any of the Blitz videos on the test server? No, I haven't. I'll look into those later. But here's the thing. Here's why I say get the $15 version now, because they're updating all the prices of operators to all be at the $15 mark.
Right.
So there increases the price across all versions except for the base version.
So get the base, it's cost effective.
Yeah. Just get the $15 one, pick 2 operators, and then just slowly make your way up to the next.
Fair enough. I mean, I was considering getting it, but I'll definitely look into it.
Yeah, Shock Neolf and I, we had a lot of fun with it, and I've actually got a video if you don't mind me linking it.
I'll go ahead. I'm actually going to catch up with the comments because I've actually missed
yeah.
them. Arding, if anyone has seen Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, why does Riku look like Noctis from Final Fantasy 15? Riku... If that's him, what the fuck he does?
Okay, so that is linked to my Siege video if anybody wants to watch. That was literally the first day of me playing Siege, and Shock was like, "Hey, you should be recording." I'm like, "Okay."
Dude, Arding's right. Fucking... one of the characters in Kingdom Hearts 3 looks like someone from Final Fantasy 15. They've completely redesigned him.
Well, I mean, it's made by Square Enix. I'm not surprised, and it's got fucking Sephiroth in it.
Yeah, but okay, Sephiroth stayed the same design. Sora stayed the same design. Riku, completely different design.
Well then.
Speaking of Kingdom Hearts 3, I can't wait till it comes out whenever the fuck it comes out. Been waiting for it.
I remember seeing the advertisement with the Toy Story world.
Yep, there's
And
a
I'm
Toy
sitting here going like, we have gotten to the point where video games and Pixar films are indistinguishable.
Yeah, there's a Toy Story world, there's a Monster Inc. world. I think that's the only two I remember seeing confirmed. There's probably others, but I try not to spoil myself too much on games I want to play. I like to be taken by surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of games I want to play, what sent me through the fucking loop and back again when I heard its announcement was the remake of the original Spyro trilogy. Oh my god.
Okay, has that been officially announced? I want to see this.
I'm pretty sure it has.
All right. Now I see the Spyro the Dragon trilogy for PlayStation 3. That's like software you can get for $8.
There we go. The Sun, a huge newspaper in the UK, Spyro Trilogy remake tipped for PS4 in 2018 to mark game's 20th birthday. IGN, according to Kotaku, but still that's IGN, a bit more of a trustworthy source.
IGN's a trustworthy source. Excuse me.
I said a bit more. tech advisors saying it. A lot of places have fluffed up about it. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. I'd be.
Destructoid is regarding it as a rumor. The report states that the title will be announced in March of 2018, as with a release set for the third quarter of this year.
Which would be amazing.
Hmm.
Again, they've got no reason not to, because it's if they did, it would be the exact same company that did Crash Insanity Trilogy, and holy shit, did they ever do a good job on that?
I mean, both of them were Universal properties. It's just that one was developed by Insomniac and the other one was developed by Naughty Dog.
But now Activision is the one that has them both.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I'm just glad Activision hasn't fucked with Crash Bandicoot nearly as hard. They did put him in Skylanders though, and it was retarded. They gave him a voice.
Yeah,
And
that's
never
not Crash. I just ignore Skylanders. But no, I said they did like tweak Crash a little bit, because this is the thing that gets him. They have made it the game has got harder. Because yes, they did a whole like graphic update, makes it look fucking beautiful, but they also tweaked how like jump boxes work. So back when they first like made him, Crash's like jump and land box, you know the whole coyote time thing.
Nope.
Okay, coyote time is basically if you're on a platform game, you have up. I would depending on the game up to I'd say a second where you're running on air and you can still jump.
You mean
Pardon?
like Wile E. Coyote from the Roadrunner cartoons?
Yeah, like you run off the edge,
Oh.
you can still move and jump. That's called coyote time in platforming games. You still have that little bit of leeway time. Now, in Crash Bandicoot, it also sort of applied to landing as well. There's sort of like an invisible ledge you could just land on, and it'd still count. The reason being that the ledge sort of like hitbox, I'm going to use that term, was like a square, and so was Crash's jump box. It was just like a square model. Since they've remastered it, they've smoothened out the edges of the platforms, but Crash's jump box is now more spherical. So instead of landing on this invisible ledge, you like bounce or slip off it. And it's made the game so much harder. Especially the first one, especially. People for weeks were calling it the new Dark Souls because of it. Like it was so hard to get like 100% on levels because there's one called Slippery Climb, which is literally if you fall off the ledge, you're dead. Like,
what pisses
but this is the thing. In order to get
what pisses me off is the whole this is the X of Dark Souls thing.
I get what you mean, but
Like,
I get where people were coming from with this. It was hard. I had to put the game down for a week before I went back to it. I was getting that frustrated.
well, people were calling Cuphead the Dark Souls of platformer games. I picked it up and I'm like, this is easier than Mega Man X. How the fuck do you people think this is hard? What? This is a lot of fun. It's, in all seriousness, like games journalists that cannot beat a game that a 4-year-old can understand the concepts of, please get a new job. Get a new job or actually start indulging in this stuff that you're apparently terrible at and start getting better.
Oh, you just reminded me. Where was it? I'll just need to quickly Google something here. 1 second. Okay, so one thing I heard like a while back was Nintendo pretty much opening the floodgates for the licensing of their platform for a load of games to come on their console, and holy shit, the plethora of games that are due to come out for it is the games due to come out of the Switch are insane. Like we've already got like what's already on there again? Fucking, it's a new what? I've forgotten the name of it. Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley's already on there. Rocket League has recently come out from it. I've just gotten another sub. Thank you, Reaper Wolf, free. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good time. Where was I?
So,
Yeah,
well,
Stardew.
here's my. I see Payday 2 on there, and I see Portal Bridge Constructor. That's an interesting one.
What was the other ones? Scribble Notes. I know that's like people really love that. I don't like it myself, but heyo.
Well, I
Dark
mean,
Souls Remastered,
if you
Street
already have,
Fighter.
if you already have Stardew Valley on PC, what is the point of getting it for the Switch? I know
Okay.
people are gonna say it's portable and all that good stuff.
No.
But you can run Stardew Valley on a laptop.
Nope. There's another perfectly good reason for it. Some people just simply might not have the money just to buy a PC, or they don't want a PC just purely for a game, but they like a lot of stuff that's coming out for Nintendo. It's people keeping up the whole fluff about they've released Skyrim on it again. Oh God, why? But okay, look at it from these two companies' points of views. There are people that simply cannot afford a full gaming console like a PS4 or a PC that could run that game like Skyrim to like a decent standard. So if they've turned around and gone, all right, there is a market here that wants to play this game. How do we allow them to play this game? If they've turned around and managed to work it out and able to reach on a platform which is cheaper, portable, and can even be hooked up to the TV, so it's if you are playing on a full-size console, that's more money for the developers of the game, that's more money for Nintendo, and that's enjoyment for a whole new fan base that previously didn't have access to it. So it seems daft when you just say, oh, really Skyrim, but when you sit back and look at it, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Counterpoint, from a business perspective, it makes sense, but I'm talking about stuff from a consumer level. From a consumer level, you're talking about paying $60 for games that have already been released and are probably on sale. You save the money. That's basically the difference from that to get some sort of like a baseline $500 PC. That's it. And you can use it for pretty much anything, or a laptop or something like that. And you can already get most of these games for half that price.
Right, but this is the thing, it's different things to different people. People might not want to build like a $500 PC, like just that much money in one go, just for one game. Or
Now,
as again,
the,
I watch extra credits on YouTube. They constantly talk about like games that suit like different audiences. One audience in particular is like say parents or people who work a lot. They don't have time to come in, switch on a console or turn on a PC and have a massive grind session in the evening or anything like that because they're just so busy or so tired.
laptop.
And they can be just as expensive.
They
This is
can
the
also be just as cheap, dude.
to run a game like Skyrim. Fuck off.
I've seen it happen. I bet I could find somebody that could get it to run on my $300 crap top.
Even so, the point is, it is access to a larger market. I get your viewpoint, but overall, that's going to be the benefit of it, is because it's opening up to another consumer base, which I can fully accept.
Here's the thing. My biggest problem is re-releases. What I do like seeing is them bringing titles that were on previous console or something like the Wii U and bringing it onto this, or just the new titles that I'm seeing. Like for instance, Kirby Star Allies, Splatoon 2 Starter Edition. The fuck, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Let's see here. What else is in there? Wolfenstein 2 doesn't make any fucking sense because it's probably not even going to perform that well. They're making a new Yoshi title for it. Super Meat Boy Forever, again, doesn't make sense because you've already got like 3 versions of Super Meat Boy for the PC. They're probably $10.
Again,
if you already have a laptop, it'll run on there.
Yeah, again, this is literally leading back to the point of the people who don't have that stuff.
I mean, you cannot survive in modern, in the modern work society without at least a laptop.
Work society, if your work requires a laptop, the chances are that work's going to provide you a work laptop to do it with.
School requires a laptop, and a lot of places don't give you the required items for it.
School, yes. your parents will probably pay for that laptop, and guaranteed a lot of them will just buy the thing that just works simply. Guaranteed.
Super Meat Boy does not have high system
I know,
requirements.
I'm just talking overall in general. Trust me, I am understanding your point, and that's exactly how I feel. But when I sat back and thought about it, it's like, no, there are different, like, society out there, different people out there, and this makes a lot of sense too. Again, there was even like rumors going around of a GTA game coming out on it, and my first thought was, what the fuck? But then I thought, well, hang on a
That
minute, like a fucking like GTA LAN party at a Furcon or something like that. This is a very base broad example.
Okay, the one of these that actually makes sense for me is Rocket League because it's a 6-player game. You get you and 5 other players to start up a game of Rocket League right then, right there, and just do wireless connection.
Yeah.
They would have to not just port it, but probably overhaul a lot of it, especially when it comes to connections and that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
But that actually seems like a really good idea.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's opened up all these games to a whole new fan base, and it, it'll be good for like connecting with like other people that have the system. And like I said, it's not too pricey. I don't think. Let me just double check the current price of the Nintendo Switch.
It's like $300.
Right, $300, which is that's like a second-hand older PS4, basically. So it's a cheaper console. So it's easier accessible. It's less money for people. It's a lot easier to say I can save $300 rather than I can save 500. So again, I see your side of the argument totally, and it's how I thought half the time. But overall, I think it makes sense. And to be honest, I do want to see the Switch do well. And if they start releasing like more games with like multiplayer and connectivity, I'm probably gonna end up getting one.
Well,
Just
the one point I refuse to relent on is the 6th version of Skyrim. Just make Elder Scrolls 6. Holy shit!
I've already stated my comment on that. I get why you're mad, but again, I can see why they made that decision.
I can't.
Again,
I really can't.
it's offering
It's
it
just.
to a fan base that probably doesn't have access to the PC or laptop or anything else that plays it. It's another inroad for them, and it's money for everybody and happiness for other people.
Oh, look, if Skyrim had a hand. Okay, keep in mind, it's been at least 5 years since Skyrim was launched.
Yeah.
Now, when we're talking about its fan base, they probably already played it on like PS3 or Xbox 360.
Mhm.
It's just it's so fucking stupid. Why are they making 6 different fucking versions of it? There's no point. There's almost no work that goes into it
Money.
nowadays. I get that. I don't care. I'm not gonna buy it.
But
You
that
are
is
not
the
going to
reason
convince
behind
me
it.
to buy a
That-
new version of Skyrim when it works the same as the one that I have.
I know, and I won't either. My point is, it's for the people who don't have a PC, who don't have a laptop, who don't have a console, and don't want to get those things just for one game.
What if they're
When they
saying Skyrim? They probably already have a console.
What if they don't? What if they've never got to play Skyrim themselves? What if they've only got to like play parts of it on a friend's console?
That is the one thing that I will give you on, and even then, that's a very small percentage because the game's been out for that long.
Even so, even if they played it like back when it like first came out on say like the 360 or the PS3, and just for whatever reason they don't have those consoles anymore, or the disc stopped working, or just something, because that happens because hey, technology. And they just haven't been able to get a newer version and they want to get back. Oh look, here's a cheaper console with the game. Boom, done.
I'm gonna bring this back to my laptop argument for that. If it's playing on the go, and like I
it's
said,
a lot
if they
easier
were
to
already finished,
no. I'm gonna have to just shut that just playing on the go. You can't fucking play Skyrim on like a fucking train.
yeah, you can.
If you have a fucking like table to set up on and a place to put your fucking mouse and shit, the Switch is
There
a
are people
lot.
that play Skyrim on a damn airplane using a razor blade. Now, granted, that's at like 15 grand. 1.5 grand laptop. But still,
Yeah.
there are models that are cheaper than that,
Yeah.
significantly cheaper than that,
But-
will play it because
But
it's
the
an older
Switch
game.
is even more portable. It's smaller. It's easier to carry about and just pull out on a whim. Laptop, you've got to pull it out, you've got to plug it in, you've got to put the screen up, you've got to put the mouse in, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, blah, blah, blah.
Also, Leon's stream is starting in 5 minutes.
I am well aware of wrapping this
Alright.
up, shut up, you bitch.
All right, we'll probably see you for that, Leon.
Yeah, we'll definitely pop over. But again, I see why it was released on the Switch. And if I was running a business, if I was Bethesda, it makes business sense because it is more sales. And it is accessing a part of the gaming fan base that never had access to it before.
It's so fucking scummy though. Just like re-releasing the same goddamn thing. It's worse than Call of Duty. It's worse than Madden. It's worse.
I mean, do you mean the general practice of re-releasing or the game itself?
Both.
No,
'Cause
I'll
I'm
have
not
to
a fan of
disagree.
Skyrim. I'm not a fan of Skyrim.
Oh, okay. Now we found the core of the problem. You just don't like the game Skyrim, so you can shut the fuck up.
Hey, I understand why people like it. I just don't personally get any enjoyment out of it.
Also, Sahara is just having a fucking go at you in the chat. I've just noticed she's fucking having a good rant.
Oh my god.
Get fucking ripped.
What do you mean get fucking ripped? She's obviously biased.
So are you.
I never said, okay, I said I don't like Skyrim. I don't like playing Skyrim. I don't mind Skyrim. The fact that it exists makes sense to me. I gave it a try. I thought it was boring as shit. I don't hate the game. I understand why it exists. I understand that it's a thing that exists.
Sahara, would you like to come into this chat? I can invite you in right now.
Oh, good lord. Well, we're running out of time anyway. So.
Oh, we've still got a couple of minutes. She can still have a go at you. I'm willing to do this. I'm waiting to see her answer.
I'm just saying there should only be one version of game on each console, not 6. That's literally it. I'm not going to pay for more than one copy of a game. I will not pay for the Mass Effect trilogy, even if it has some extra DLC in it, because I already have all 3 games.
Even if they did a full fucking remaster.
Even if they did a remaster, I would not pay for it.
I would. If we can remaster PS4, I'm all about it. I can feel the disappointment coming through. But anyway, looking at the time, we've got to wrap this up because our friend Leon is going to be starting his stream literally in about a minute. That's why we're ending this now, but it has been fun.
You know, how about Pong Remastered?
Hell yes, all about it.
Fucking hell.
But no, it has been a fantastic stream. I've had a fucking ton of fun with it. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. We're going to be trying doing this every week.
Let's hopefully add music to it at some point.
Yeah, I've just been rushed around fucking getting into work. I'll try and sort it out for next week.
Hey, we got the weekend to do it. So.
Yeah, we can just time after work next week to sort it all out. But no,
Right.
Again, thank you so much for all you turning up. Really appreciate it. Just very, very quickly, I'm going to. Where's it going?
Watch Leon's stream.
I'm just about to do that now. I'm just about to fucking advertise it. So if you go to this lovely little YouTube link here, give it a couple of minutes. Our friend Leon will be starting up his chill stream in a moment. But yeah, again, thank you so much for turning up. This has been Kivuli and Gerald, and thank you for listening to Furcast Friday, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye now.
Bye.